morning. It's the way too early draft grades, draft winners, draft losers show, NFL roundtable style. Right now, it's just me and Von Doom, so it's just like the morning show.
Uh-huh. Yes, sir. Wow.
No one. With that being said,
Check this out. Dolphins owner Stephen Ross reportedly rejected a $10 billion offer for the team.
wow, that's huge.
Yeah.
You want to kill a little bit of that echo?
I thought we liked the Echo.
We got Patty Grimes in the chat. What's up,
Me
Patty
too.
Grimes? That being said, let's get this show on the road.
Here locally in the community, make sure y'all go check out Kneecap Body by Jeremy Jones.
I haven't seen it in my stuff yet. Oh, there it is.
What? I can't see the over. What the hell's going on?
I am trying to look at Patty's picture he sent me. Excuse me, he. I know better. God, I correct people all the time on that. Yes, I did get it. That's awesome. They're there with Rory. That is awesome.
Will Harris signed with the Saints.
Yeah, that's great. That's awesome. Thank you, Patty.
Hmm.
That being said, let's get this off the screen. That way y'all can see my beautiful ugly mug. Well, that being said, let's talk about it. Let's look at what Fox NFL says. They gave out 3 A pluses this draft. Yes, I did see your wife, but I don't think she looked that mean. And that was Chicago, Eagles, and Steelers. I think Washington should be up there.
I can agree with that.
But they had in the A range was the Bengals, Green Bay Packers, the Saints, and the Buccaneers. And there's living it up Leonard waving at us. Hello, Mrs. Leonard. And in the A minus range, but I moved Washington up there in the A range. They had the Bills. I don't know why, but sorry, couldn't help it. The Lions, the Kansas City Chiefs, and the New York Jets. In the B plus range, they had San Diego, Oakland, the Patriots, and the Seahawks. In the B range, Baltimore Ravens, LA Rams, Miami Dolphins, San Francisco, and Dallas. B minus, Jaguars, Vikings, Giants, Titans, and Colts. C
Get a
plus,
minus.
yeah, B minus. That's what I said.
Commies.
C plus for the Texans and the Browns. C for the Broncos, and D. These were the worst grades in the draft, and that was for the Carolina Panthers and the Atlanta Falcons. Amazing. I agree with the Falcons 100%. Um, it's either going to be a brilliant move or it's going to be the biggest blow up in their face move there's ever been. Do you agree with that?
I do. Like, I like Michael Penix. I don't agree with sitting him for the 4 to 5 years like their damn coach said.
No.
I think
If
that's
it's
asinine ways to pick.
if it's 2 years and then when the cap clears enough to trade Kirk Cousins, even though it only clears like 2 million in cap room, if they do that and then let Penix start, it's a brilliant move.
Absolutely. Ooh. Cardinals declined fifth-year option on Xavier Collins. I like that.
I like that too. Free agent next year. I like Xavier Collins. Good linebacker.
Dude, he's super fast too.
Yep. Falcons should not have signed Cousins if they draft a QB. They are in win now. And that's why I said they shouldn't have drafted a QB because they did sign Cousins. If they drafted a late round QB, nobody would have said Jack Diddley squat. But because at 8, with all their needs on defense and the O line, going Penix is like a luxury pick.
You should have went for Shawnee right there. Your boy Jerry Jacobs visited the Jaguars.
Denver didn't pick up Zach Williams' 5th-year option too. No shit. They drafted a quarterback. They shouldn't. More than likely, Bo Nix will start. As bad as that quarterback room is, you got Zach Wilson and Jason Stedham. Oof, oof, oof.
Onyx is the day one starter.
Yep, I think Bo Nix is a day one starter. Will they be better because of it? Not right away.
I think
Not
they
right
will.
away. I think it's going to take them a little time to get acclimated in the NFL. I think they should throw Zach Wilson to the Wolves and have awful picks again, or top 10 picks again next year, and build the rest of the team around Bo Nix and then let them have at it. That's my opinion.
If I didn't believe the fact that he's going to pick this offense up quick and he's going to succeed in it, I'd agree with you there. But
I know,
every year, new offense, new offensive coordinator picked it up and did better every single year.
I
Plus,
know,
they gave him Troy Franklin in the draft to help him out, so he's got a guy he's already acclimated with.
but what was the knock on Troy Franklin? Do you
Suspect.
remember? Size and limited route tree. I
Okay.
know route trees can be taught, but Wide receivers that don't have a big route tree, you normally don't do well right away.
No. Holy shit.
What?
Fox is seeking at least $7 million for 30-second Super Bowl commercial this year.
Yep. Yeah. That's why the NFL is always going to make more money. And the reason why they say it's down is because it's not somebody paying for a whole season. Hump Day FTP, Davey says. Thanks, Davey. Good to see you in here.
Hump Day? What are you talking about? Tomorrow's Friday, man. Let's go.
It's your Friday, right?
It's my motherfucking Friday. And watch
You
it
get
be
2
a
days
long
off.
ass Friday.
You get 2 days off in a row?
Mm-hmm.
Friday and Saturday?
Yes, sir.
Nice. You actually get a weekend. Watch you get called into work.
I called out Monday.
I know.
And I'm still gonna fucking be in overtime in just 4 days.
I know. So who do you think had the worst draft? Honestly.
Let me think about this one for a
In your
minute.
division,
Okay.
what was the worst draft?
In my division, worst draft, Cowboys.
That's what I thought. In my division, who had the worst draft? Be honest, I don't care. If you say the Lions, that's fine. That's your opinion, but I still don't think it's the Lions.
No. In your division.
Minnesota, Green Bay,
Yeah.
and
Green
Chicago.
Bay. Probably the Vikings, honestly.
Yeah, because after their first 2 picks, they really didn't get guys in the right spots. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not talking about positional value. I'm just saying who they took were the wrong guys in those spots. There was better guys at the same position.
Yeah, I mean, I like JJ. I like Dallas Turner. But nothing special with the rest of it. And I'll even say freaking them over you guys, even though I hate the Vaki pick at 4. If Vaki was at 5, I'd have loved it.
Right. No, it was at the back end of 4 too. It's not that we did it early. So I don't hate it, but I personally feel that if we traded up and would have took Stiggers in that spot,
I'm
just
much happier with that.
right, because Stiggers going to the Jets at 199 made me throw up in my mouth a little bit.
You know what? Fuck them. Fuck the Jets. Fuck them sideways with the baseball bat. They literally took my entire draft board.
I know every time you're like, "Oh, please fall," the Jets take them. "Oh, please fall," the Cowboys take them.
Oh, you
I mean,
mean Malachi Corley, Cooper Beebe,
yeah,
fucking
Cooper to the Cowboys, right?
yep, Braylon Allen, Quantez
Double dip at
Stiggers,
guard,
like
right?
everybody.
Didn't they double dip at guard?
Um, sort of. They took Tyler Guyton one, then they got fucking Cooper Beebe. Guyton plays guard and tackle. He's gonna play tackle in the pros though. Excuse me.
Let's see. Okay, let's talk about the AFC East. You got the Jets, the Bills, the Dolphins, and the Patriots.
Jets had the best draft in that.
I think the Jets had the
Um,
best draft. I think the Patriots actually was a close second. I kind of got the Dolphins in third, and I think the worst one was the Bills.
Well, the Dolphins went Chop Robinson, then they went the receiver, didn't they?
Well, let's go.
No, then they went Patrick Paul, tackle from Houston.
Yeah,
I love that pick. I like Chop Robinson.
Mm-hmm. I like, but I don't love Chop Robinson. But I like where they got him because it was good value.
Mm-hmm.
Do you agree with that?
Well, yes, I don't think they had a third round pick though.
They didn't have a third round pick. And the rest of their picks were day 3, but they were all pretty solid. I thought I didn't see anything glaringly bad.
Jalen Wright, love that pick. Except I don't see that they needed another running back. They had HN and they freaking re-signed Dick Boy, fucking Raheem Mostert to a 2-year deal. Pretty expensive 2-year deal at that.
And
Then
Jalen
they
Wright,
took Muhammad Kamara.
I think they got Jalen Wright because of his return ability at Tennessee, because he was really good on kick returns. And with the new rules, I think they're going to use him more on special teams than as a running back to start, unless somebody gets injured, like Mostert or A. Shane.
Patrick McMorris, the safety from California, at round 6. I wasn't a fan of really.
Yeah, but at round 6, you're looking at.
And then Taj Washington. I don't mind that.
No,
I didn't have a bad draft. Buffalo definitely, I think, had the worst draft.
Say what? Buffalo did have the worst draft. Yeah, I mean, all the way, because they traded out of the first round, and every time they traded, they lost their target at wide receiver. Because they said, oh, they need a speed guy. They'll probably go Xavier Worthy. They trade back with the Chiefs. They take him. Then they trade to Carolina, and they wanted the other guy. What'd they do? They took the guy they wanted. So they said, "Oh,
don't get me wrong. I love Keon Coleman."
Orlando Escobar, 1 more month before Sutton contract voided. I'm counting the days. I'm not counting on it. I'm not counting on it.
Nope.
It hasn't happened yet, so I've kind of already subtracted that $20 million and going, well, we can sign our rookies. And that's why we made it so we only had 6 picks, if you think about it. Because we traded up. We traded up in the first, which cost you more money, but you traded away a pick that would have been about $1 million. You understand what I'm saying there, right?
Oh, 100%. Subtracting fucking picks to save yourself money. It makes sense. I think that's exactly what Buffalo did too.
Right.
Even with all the guys they like and cap hell.
Right. I know you want one more off-season move, and I think there will be, but it's not going to be for who you want. That's the problem. Brad Holmes tells us every year in free agency, all I do is plug holes. And that's what he did. He said, we're just not quite there for the big flashy move, which is why Goff hasn't had his deal yet. And he probably won't this season. And I'm not trying to be mean to Goff, and I'm not saying Goff's a bad QB.
I don't even feel like shitting on Goff tonight. Myself freaking out. Why is? I just hope he doesn't get paid. Baby hand prick.
It's just, when you go back and you watch that end around in week 18 in 2022, J-Mo's rookie year, and you see Goff fly up and throw a block in front of him. And I was like, where the fuck is that when he's got the ball in his hand?
You don't want to see that shit, though.
No, but I'm just saying the way he ran. You understand what I'm saying?
I do.
He ran so fast on that play, and then you see him with the ball in his hand. He looks like a baby giraffe with a broken leg being dragged by the Lions' O-line. Like he's running in mud.
Dude, Jerry Goff ain't cool enough to fucking be carried by the offensive line. He's not fucking, what was that dude? Quarterback the Jaguars, played for Marshall.
There's no way we can afford IU.
Byron Leftwich.
There's absolutely no way we can afford IU.
Oh, sure there is, but it would require trading somebody big.
Right. The only way we can afford IU is trading Goff.
Uh-huh.
That's it.
Or Decker.
He makes more money than we have in free cap. We haven't signed our rookies yet. That's what I'm trying to tell you, Orlando. And until that Sutton contract's void, you have to consider we have no cap room right now.
Yep.
And that's why Brad stopped making moves. Think about it. All he did was sign depth players after that. After the Amik Robinson move, because Reeder was already signed, did we really do anything?
Nope.
He will be. Yes, he's on his rookie deal still, but it wasn't he like a early
He
second
got
round pick,
tagged.
and he got tagged. Yeah, he got tagged. So he's actually making top 5 money right now. He's making around 20 million.
My question for you: if the draft was done before free agency, do the Lions still sign Amik Robertson?
Who knows with how they drafted? Probably not. But at the same time, would they have drafted Sion Baki there, or would they have drafted Stiggers that they said they were high on if they didn't have Amik Robertson? That's the biggest
I'm
question.
Yep. I'm really surprised that fucking the Jets were the ones that ended up with Stiggers because you guys in Baltimore and Eagles were the ones that were the highest on them.
No, once he's been tagged, he's on his second contract. There's no comp picks for us. They get comp picks. You know, in order for you to get comp picks for a player, they have to be on your team in your rookie contract and have 3 seasons vested, I believe it is. And
Something
Davey,
like
you're
that.
right. We don't really need anybody. Like I said, when I read it off this morning, we have 9 on the roster at wide receiver right now. I mean, one of them is a camp cockroach, Tom Kennedy.
Leave them alone.
But he is. He's a camp cockroach. We can't get rid of him.
I'm telling you, if they just gave that man playing time, he'd be fucking Danny Amendola.
And as long as he's been here, I thought he'd be in his 30s. Do you realize he's only 27?
Uh huh.
Then there's Traquan Smith, Doris
That
Bell.
was a waste of his signing.
It's a depth move in case of injury. That's what it is. He makes less
Uh,
than 900,000 a year.
so do I, by a lot. Damn
Maurice
right, Patty Grimes.
Maurice Alexander, Antoine Green, DPJ, Khalif Raymond, JMO, ARSB. There's no way we're getting Waddle. They just picked up his 5th-year option. You're
Man, it'd be such a fucking waste to try and get Jalen Waddle because he's faster than JMO, and there ain't no way in hell your boy getting him the ball. Oh, finally acclimated, no sugar. Fucking messaging me.
And then, of course, the DT room is 5 deep right now if you throw in Chris Smith. The defensive end room is 7 deep, but I have the feeling Levi Onwuzurike may be the odd man out with Mikai Wingo being able to play inside and out also and never been hurt. Waddle is not in the last year of his contract, though. They picked up his 5th-year option, so he's got 2 years on that contract, this season and next season. You're wanting rentals that are high priced, though. You're wanting every high priced guy out there, and we just don't have the cap room for it. The only guy we might be able to afford if Sutton's contract is void is Xavier Howard.
Next year on rookie contract, I think like Swift was with the. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, but Ayuk is not a third rounder. Now that he's tagged, he's getting paid like a top flight wide receiver. That's why they're shopping Debo. OBJ, I don't want him. He's a cancer.
He is not.
He is too. He was a cancer to your locker room.
No, he wasn't for fucking years. He was a great goddamn player, and then they started fucking around.
They
The
didn't
team
really fuck
stopped
him
fucking
around. They
trying to
picked
be
up his
competitive.
fifth year option. They picked up his fifth year option. He got pissed. Don't say they fucked
I
him
wouldn't
around
get,
because he was gone after that.
I didn't say they fucked around. I said the team started fucking around. I mean, they stopped trying to get better.
Right. He was what's my saying? Hard work trumps talent. When talent doesn't work hard, he stopped working hard and started getting minor soft tissue injuries every year. Still does it. He missed a few games last year for the Ravens. I don't want to be picking up people that miss 3 and 8 games every year. I know Brad Holmes likes it, but drives me
I was
batshit
just
crazy.
about to say that. I was gonna say he's 100% a Brad Holmes pick.
But he doesn't have the grit, the drive thing. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So he's not a Dan Campbell guy. There's a difference between somebody that plays hard every play they're on the field and gets hurt than somebody who just takes up space on a roster. Doesn't look like we're going to see Denzel.
Excuse me. That half smile on his face. Somebody probably sent the titties.
Nope. He's got a message from somebody that I like talking to. I've said all what for like the last 3 weeks now, and now that the draft is done, I could see every team in the NFC North splitting with each other, and it's going to depend on what happens at their games outside the division.
Mm-hmm.
I think all of us are going to split. We're going to win our home games, and that's it. Patty Grimes says, "Bring in Air Bud."
He would have dropped the ball like Cookie Reynolds did. Sorry.
Thank God he's a Bronco. He can drop balls for them.
No. That'd be fucking hysterical getting the Reynolds jersey and putting it on a fucking dog. Oh,
Um, Running backs, we got 7 of those on the rosters. The guys I think that are on their way out: Jake Bunt and Jameer Jefferson.
I can see Craig Reynolds going too.
Nah, they'll keep Craig Reynolds because of his blocking ability, and he has kick return capabilities too.
Oh, speaking of the block, I saw a shirt today from my good buddies over at the One Squad. It said, "No block, no rock," and all I thought is, "No cock, no rock." No rock, no cock. Yeah, I'm sorry. That's the way it goes, right?
Yeah.
Sniff, sniff.
So let's see the ones that we don't use in the return game: David Montgomery and Jameer Gibbs. Right?
Yep.
We've used Craig Reynolds. Bam McKnight actually got hurt returning a punt, wasn't it?
He gives can return though.
But he can return. Jameer Jefferson, not a chance.
I've seen him do returns though.
Jameer Jefferson
Yeah,
in college.
let's see where is returns.
Okay, I would say you didn't see him do it with us. Sion Vaki, he's supposed to be a special teams ace, returning and gunning.
So,
Another
what's
guy that you'll
running
probably
this
see.
year?
Another guy you'll probably see hit the practice squad, but not lead the team for depth, because we usually keep like 5 defensive ends and 4 DTs active on the roster is what we've been doing. Mitchell Agood. I hope he turns out good. This will be his first real off season to do workouts with us. 6'5", almost 260. Big guy. But he
Now,
was
my
listed.
question here for you:
Okay, go ahead.
the gunner position that mattered in special teams with the old kickoff rules. Does that matter anymore?
Still manners on punt returns.
Okay.
That the punt return gunner, that's where JRM made his living last year.
Yeah, you got paid a fucking bag for just playing special teams. It's driving me nuts.
Happens when you're an all pro. What, 3.5 million a year? That ain't that much. You act like you got paid 10.
Motherfucker, take it to reality. If somebody makes an average median of 60,000 a year, how long would it take them to make that? That's a bag. I don't care. The one draft choice can play running back too. Yeah, it's Vaki. They drafted him as a running back. That's why I fucking hated that pick so much because they said running back instead of safety. If they would have said safety, it probably wouldn't have bothered me.
Now I'm going to go look up the cornerback room. What the hell? Why not, right?
Eagles, Washington, Rams, Pack, Lions, Bears, Falcons. My 2 early playoff picks. Really?
Huh. All right. See, that's why I like Spot Track. It actually shows the position of the clears. Okay, well, we know Cam Sutton's not on. Carlton Davis, there's 1. Amik Robertson, there's 2. Emmanuel Mosley, 3. If they still lift Ifeatu, it looks like they're moving Ifeatu Melifamu back to cornerback because he's no longer listed as safety this year.
I don't like that.
Khalil Dorsey, Kendall Vildor, Craig James, Stephen Gilmore,
What do you guys got like
Terry
12 fucking
Arnold,
quarters?
and it's Straw.
That would have been fucking great if every single one of the 6 picks was a quarter. And he just said, fuck you, Aaron. Well, you got no excuse now, bitch.
They basically did that by going back to back like they did. They're basically telling Aaron Glenn, this is your year to develop people. If you don't develop them, this is probably it for you.
I still think it would have been awesome to see Kool-Aid in the blue. Just because his name's fucking Kool-Aid, though. That's really it.
Hey, Smoking Dad just joined the chat. He must be done with his race card on his race game. And James Burgess says, "Ayo, Ken." I'm just saying, we're not as bad off as people think depth wise. Basically, once you get to guess who makes the 51 by cap room?
No idea.
It's a beautiful thing. It's Tom Kennedy. He's the cutoff
Let's
at
go.
he's the cutoff at $985,000.
You should have gotten in a raise. He's the best gadget type player you guys got on the team.
We need to get. Oh, Grandizer, howdy, Jeremy and Dan. Did you write up an article, a vid on your initial thought of the Lions picks? Any grades? Also, any of the UDFAs for the Lions? I actually did talk about that a lot. The UDFAs we got the big ones was Kingsley Egwakon and wide receiver slash kick returner Isaiah Williams,
Nate Lynn.
Nate Lynn. Hutch's pressures
And
will be converted to sacks because of better coverage. That's our hope.
you
AG
say
next takes our D up to 12 or better in his next interview sessions will net an offer. Well, remember, he turned down a team 2 years ago because he did have an offer. Wasn't it Minnesota?
yep.
And
Orlando.
that Ben Johnson turned down Carolina.
Mm-hmm. And Washington.
The last year was Washington. I'm talking about the year before in 2022.
Orlando. Here's my thing, man. You're saying that his pressure will be converted to sacks, but now take into account how many of his sacks would have been penalties this year. Then they even out. He's still at the same number. What up, you witch, you rag?
Ben J might just want to be a front man yet. But another wide receiver we picked up was Jalen Calhoun out of Duke, and I just think he was an underrated receiver this draft class because the kid's 6'2". Um, he had over 5,000 receiving yards for the first time in Duke history for any wide receiver. But we got Duke Clemens out of UCLA, who was given 60,000 guaranteed as a center. Another edge we gave some guaranteed money to is Isaac Equ, out of Ole Miss.
100%.
Jeremy and Dan, was there a prospect that was there when the Lions drafted that you would have rather drafted?
Cooper
Mostly,
Beebe, Qantas Stiggers. Yeah, couple.
yeah. If we'd have took Cooper Beebe instead of Ennis Rakestraw, I think I'd have liked that. Even though I like the Rakestraw pick after looking into him more. And if we'd have took Stiggers instead of Vaki, 100%, I'd have loved this draft. It'd have been nailed.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you agree, Leonard?
I do agree.
And that's the one pick that I was like, damn it, why do you have to go to the Cowboys? Cooper Beebe.
Do you know, apparently, though, that was his fucking team growing up? That was his
Yeah,
lifelong dream to play for the Cowboys?
well, good for him. That's what happens when you're from Kansas State and you hate the Chiefs.
Yeah. Hey, man, I like hearing stuff like that, though, from people like, okay, good, man. I'm glad your dream came true for you.
We did get a kicker out of it, James Turner, the kicker out of Michigan. As long as it's 50 or under, you're okay. Anything over 50, it's, oh boy, hold on to your ass, Fred. We're going for it on fourth down.
Oh, so he's a Blake Campbell guy.
Long snapper Hogan Hatton out of Idaho. Hutch didn't say he wasn't a Lions fan. That's where you're wrong. There's pictures of him growing up wearing Lions jersey. What he said is he became a fan of the Patriots because they drafted Tom Brady. There's a big difference there. He started out a Lions fan. Go look at his early pictures.
So he's a front runner. I got you.
Yeah. And linebacker slash running back with the best porn name ever, Steel Chambers. It's better than Lita Trick Griffin.
It is. But it doesn't make me think of porn name. It makes me think of fucking firearms. And I like that better.
We did get a tight end, a big guy that's a blocker. I was there all 3 days. I was there as a member of the media, streaming live right from the media room. Ask Dan; he was on it with me.
Yeah, I wasn't going, man. I don't like people for one. I don't like being around people. So that's really not a thing for me. And yeah, JB was streaming live from the media room, killing all of her fun when we were trying to cover the real draft.
Suck a dick. This ain't a wrestling show. I have a wrestling draft show. Think Orlando Escobar, I'm the same way. I like the Patriots too. And James Burgess, 100%. Get a recumbent DNA lab and clone Hansen. Might not have 60-yard. Actually, he did hit 60. It wasn't his long 62.
I don't know, but if you're gonna fucking go through all that to clone somebody, man,
Uh,
get some of Justin Tucker's DNA and clone that motherfucker.
yes, day 2 is the national day, and they got interviewed. I believe it was either by ESPN or NFL. I don't remember which, but that was because it was International Day. They were outside with the fans. I was in the building just to the left of the stage.
You should have went
And
outside and tried talking German.
I could have pretended I was Scottish.
No, you should have talked German. You should have been like Volkswagen Schnitzel,
No,
Schnitzel, Volkswagen. What else is German? Bratwurst. Did I say Volkswagen?
you did.
Let's get some Panther coverage with that press pass, Jeremy. Are you talking about the Michigan Panthers or the Carolina Panthers? Because the UFL may be a little more exciting than trying to watch Carolina bullshit. Oh, did you guys see the interview of Xavier Legette yet?
He had a long of 61 there, James Burgess.
Oh, fuck the lines.
And
Okay, we're talking about Xavier Legette's freaking accent. Did you hear it yet?
no, what's his accident?
His accent.
Oh, his
He has like the deepest freaking Southern accent ever. He made Randy Moss sound like he's completely articulated in every word he says. Is how deep this thing is. You're like, what the fuck's he saying? It sounds like he got chew in his mouth the whole time, and he doesn't.
Jeremy does accents very good. Do Italian.
Do Italian.
Mamma mia. Parlez-vous français? Russian? No. I can do.
Oh, I can do Russian. Vodka.
I can do German. I know nothing. Sergeant Schultz, Hogan's Heroes.
Was me could be Jolofos is on you catch me.
But yeah, that's pretty. I love that Steel Chambers kid just because when I read his draft profile, Jeremy's Oriental accent is really good. He don't do it enough though. Can't please everyone. Oh, you want to kill some guy?
Oh,
You
Hefo
want
Padala.
damage?
Oh, fuck.
They said he had a 61 according to StatMuse. I think that was in Denver when we were up against Elam that year after Elam hit that 63 yarder. You were
Denver
four.
shouldn't count for kickers.
I know, because that's the only reason why Badgley has good kicks over 45 outside of Ford Field.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of an emotional damage moment, it happened at work today. A buddy of mine messaged me. He goes, God, I let my beer freeze. I burnt the pizza, and now my girlfriend's pregnant. I said, damn, you have no pull-out game whatsoever, do you? Emotional
Motherfucker.
damage.
Fuck you. And I have to not wipe soda off of the fucking computer.
Come on, that was funny as hell.
So nice.
My dad, now I can do accents, but it's not politically correct.
Who gives a fuck? Neither are we.
We should send our old lineman to Samoa in the off season to train secret sauce over there.
I don't think it has anything to do with training. I think they're just bred different. Their women are 7 foot tall, man. There's a reason they're so big.
I just think everything's so freaking
Awesome.
I give the Lions a solid A. I don't give it an A minus. And I raise my grade just because of what I'm hearing. I was hearing that the Jets, that Philly, after we traded up, Ken Baldrick, it's why I'm going to hell. I laugh so hard.
Man, I laugh at so much shit that I shouldn't laugh at. Every time I do, I'm just like, yep, I'm going to hell.
We're all politically incorrect here, anyways. If we were politically correct, you guys wouldn't watch me.
If I didn't have to be freaking censored for a computer, you guys would see how really politically incorrect I am. I'm way funnier when I'm not live.
If I was grading now, I'm not. Last year proves why. I'd give Brad an A minus.
Orlando. Now, wasn't the Atlanta pick really horrible, though?
I think it is.
No.
I think it was a
think
awful pick.
I don't think it's an awful pick unless they sit him for more than fucking 2 years.
I told you why I think it's an awful pick.
I know you did. But at the same time, I think about it, Kirk Cousins is like 50.
No, he's not 50 yet. My initial draft grade was a B plus. And it's just because I went back and I had to really, really watch. Just the one they could have hit. I don't care about those weapons. Our worst room. You guys all say now it's wide receiver. Why is all of a sudden wide receiver an issue? I don't get this. Number one, you're not letting a rookie that barely saw the field develop in Antoine Green, who was a yak god for North Carolina that year. Oh, they weren't getting Mitchell at 8. No, what they needed was O lineman or defense.
Well, apparently, though, they talked to the Jets about moving back up to 10 after they drafted Penix.
I love the fact that the Broncos scared the Vikings and called them and said they're going to trade up with the Jets to 10 just to take JJ. Hey, senor, you want to screw my mother? She's a virgin.
Hey, senor, you want to screw my mother? She's a virgin.
It won't be cheap. Tyler Boyd is probably going to get top. Remember, slot money went way up because of Christian Kirk and Zay Jones.
He's probably going to get like $9 million a year.
Oh, Quinion Mitchell. Yeah. If they'd have took Quinion Mitchell at 8, that'd have been a great pick. He was considered a top 10 corner. Him and Terry Arnold both was supposed to go between the top 10 and top 15. That's what everybody said. This whole combine crap came out. And then he was there at 24. And I don't care what those Packer fans say. Brad Holmes heard the Packers were going to take Terry Arnold if he was there at 25. That's why we traded to 24. Some guys can't run 40 run really good in pads and have game speed. And that's what both Terry Arnold and Ennis Rakestraw have. They have game speed. I remember that. How much for the little girl?
You can't say that shit nowadays.
I know. Unless you're a politician.
Boom.
Yeah, I went there.
Hey, man, What they do on freaking Epstein Island is their own business.
Supposedly.
Yeah, because they don't show us the records. We know.
Yeah. Especially now that Epstein's gone. I mean, it
Mhm.
was suicide, right?
Yep, 100% suicide. So the cameras were off.
I miss In Living Color more than you know. I loved it when Tommy Davidson did Michael Jackson, the video for Black or White that he did. That was one of the best parodies ever. I got to find my baby. Don't matter if she's black or white. Men on film would not fly. No, not these days. But men on football will. Just ask Caleb to talk about the Bears as he walks off the stage. Cough, cough, assisted suicide.
Cough, cough, Hillary Clinton.
Oh, we're horrible.
I hate to say it, but I just don't see J.J. McCarthy being able to get in the NFL. He was behind the best O-lineman he ever played, and anytime he was pressured, he made huge mistakes. We all
Er,
said he needs time to freaking develop, but
He's
the
an
Vikings
he's,
offensive line is bad.
yeah, I would say um the only team that sacked them a lot last year was the Packers and the Lions. Just saying.
And they already said that the plan is for Sam Darnold to start this year, JJ to sit a year.
Yeah, they said that's the plan, but by week 6 we know JJ starting because that's what happens with Sam Darnold in a Kyle Shanahan system. Otherwise, we'd have never saw Brock Purdy that year.
Correct.
Everybody forgets that because Jimmy Garoppolo went down, and then Sam Darnold comes in and he screwed the pooch for 3 games.
You know what? Put it this way: what he said right here, the NFL is going to be a rude awakening for him. He's going to be able to make those mistakes. Um, Not completely true because he can throw a bullshit ball, and JJ can kind of go get it. He catches some really ugly shit.
And so does Addison, really.
I love Jordan Addison. So underrated.
I really liked the show Fridays. It was great, but was forced off the air. Too many drug skits. Hmm.
Did you really just say Arnold's going to taste great? That's a little sus there, James Burgess. We
No,
know JJ McCarthy, not Jefferson.
no, we know that. But Jefferson and Addison's what's going to bail him out.
Yeah. He's going to throw
That's
some
what he's
bullshit
trying to
that
say.
shouldn't be connected, and they're going to catch this shit anyway because they catch ugly shit.
Oh, the Great White North. That's what it was. Yeah. Hey, what are we going to do today? Eh? How about the Maple Leafs? Eh?
Fucking Maple Leafs.
I
You know
am
what the
ill.
worst team, the worst hockey team in Canada is the Canadians.
Haven't won a championship since 1962.
Rick Moranis is a gem. Yes.
Oh, I loved SCTV. SCTV was great. The show The Great White North came off of SCTV. We're going to eat Arnold alive if we play him.
James,
Not
are you
us.
just kind of hungry, man? Do we need to DoorDash you something, bro? Knock it off, you Jose.
John Candy, too, a legend. Yep.
Fucking Canadians.
Somebody tried to say that Great Outdoors is a lost movie. I was like, bullshit. That's everywhere. You can find it at Walmart right now. $5 on Blu-ray.
Which one?
Great Outdoors. John Candy, Dan Aykroyd. everyday American beef right there. Jim Carrey, my fave. He actually came from a Canadian skit show called Duck Soup. Jim Carrey, before he was ever on In Living Color.
Don't lie, man. Your favorite Canadian's Drake.
What? I don't even listen to his
I
music.
said it.
My favorite Canadian is Manon Rhéaume, the first female goalie that I actually watched.
Oh, it's not Justin Trudeau.
What?
It's not Justin Trudeau.
I love Angelo's and Flint James Burgess. 5-time world championship Coney sauce. But the main one's done. John Candy, a celebrity that I would have loved to have a beer with at a bar. Such a sad day when he passed away in like 1994-ish. Was it that long ago? I thought Duck Soup was a movie. Shows what I know about Jim Carrey.
Wow.
And James Burgess backs me up. Rome was hot. Wanted to go 5-hole for honor from the get-go.
Remember Shazam?
Yeah, I remember Shazam. Ken Ballrick, Michigan State motto: last line of defense against the Canucks.
It's a great motto.
Was it 94 he passed away? I didn't think it was that long ago.
You know what? Just for the hell of it, today, FTC. Fuck the Canadians.
Yeah, March 4th, 1994. Wow. Great memory, Grandizer. He was born a year after Dad.
1803.
Stop. My dad was born in 59.
I know your dad's not really old. His social security number is just 2.
No, it has 4 numbers at least. Come on now. First live comedy show I saw was Carlin at Pine Knob. He would get arrested for it today and was pure hilarious. Oh man, the 7 dirty words you can't say on television. Love that skit.
The world's just too politically correct now for anything like that, man. Oh, have you ever seen the movie with fucking Jeremy Piven? It's PCU.
Yes,
Yeah.
baseball versus football was great too. But Kids in the Hall was another great Canadian skit show. Yes, it was. Little sus there, Eric. That's what they did. A lot of gay skits. Just
That explains why James likes it so much.
oh. But Benny Hill was my favorite to stay up and watch on Channel 50 on the weekends.
Don't lie, man. You were watching scrambled pay-per-view channels at that time.
We didn't have cable until, God, I think I was 11 or 12.
I keep forgetting you're like 100.
Eric Dalton. Yes, you can, see love. Benny Hill on 50. Me too, man. Yeah, it was great. You had to get the rabbit ears in just the right position with the right little, like, satellite dishes on the ends of the antenna.
Thank
You could,
God I'm not old.
yeah, I know. I saw the
Okay, I'm
birth
going.
of cable, the birth of computers, and the birth of the internet, and the birth of cell phones.
I saw the
Think
birth of my kids.
oldest in people.
Okay, man. I'm going to bed. 10 o'clock. I'm old. I got to be up at 3.
All right, I'll go through the sponsors and we'll get out. Evidently, Denzel didn't want to pop in. I was hoping our resident Texans guy from Sideline Sports was going to pop in. It's been a pleasure talking to you guys. I love talking about old TV. Carlin was so good, funny yet deep. He was the guy that looked behind the curtain. If he was in the land of Oz, the wizard is just a man. He don't have any powers. Absolutely. But that being said, our favorite sponsor is still FTP. What's that stand for there, Leonard?
Fuck the Packers.
Post June 1st, cuss. What does anyone want? Keep that thought. Till next time, friends. Yes, I will. It really depends on that Sutton contract. And I'm scared shitless it isn't going to happen. Not going to lie. It should happen because of the clause in the Detroit Lions contract about domestic violence is an automatic void of your contract. So I think it will happen because of that, but I'm not sure. And then, of course, there's my guy up in Saginaw, the number one window tinner in Saginaw. It is Gloss Negron, located at 409 Hamilton Street. Give him a call to schedule your appointment to get your windows tinted or your car detailed. 989-443-9240. Tell him Smoking Jeremy B sent you. He'll hook you up with a good price. Make it look like this Audi SUV or the Maserati crossover SUV or this 300 C class. Then, of course, it is Brandon's Tire, the number one tire service here in Genesee County for used tires as well as new tires too. Located at 602 West Atherton Road in Flint, Michigan, on the corner of South Grand Traverse and West Atherton. Give us a call if you need a quote for new tires, 810-233-8230. Please talk to George, Red, or myself. And if you mention the ad, you'll get $10 off any set of tires, new or used. Hello, Megan. Nice of you to show up. Creeping in just under the wire, I see. Great draft, Megan. I think the Seahawks did very well. I give them a B plus. Do you disagree with that, Leonard?
No.
I think it was just a solid draft. It was nothing flashy. It was just good.
Mm-hmm. If I leave, it won't end this live on you, will it?
Sorry, we're until just now. That's okay. I get it. And she said B plus here too. I mean, there was guys that were better on the board where they drafted, but they didn't reach. That was my biggest thing. Um, that's why I give it a B plus. They could have did better, but it could have been far worse. You're absolutely right. I give the Saints. If somebody gave the Saints an A minus, and I give them a B. Um, I don't like the Rattler pick. I don't think he's going to be good. I think it was a wasted pick for them in the third round. No, Christian Haynes, the guard, he's a great pick. Falcons were the only birds that flew into a window on draft day. Yeah, the coach and the GM just totally went against the owner's wishes. It was a bad look. There it is. Like I said, at 8, Atlanta taking Michael Penix really turned the whole first round upside down. We saw people go every which way. Denver went Bo Nix because of it. Minnesota freaked out and traded up. NFC East largely did well. I like the Eagles crop the best. The Giants did well. Washington, Dallas got a few things done, but I felt not even Stretch Armstrong would make that reach of Penix at 8. Miami at 21 getting Chop Robinson. I thought that was good value for where he was, and that's right about where I thought he'd go. Um, Quinyon Mitchell at 22. That one kind of shocked me, but the first defensive player off the board being Laiatu Letu, that was pretty good. Yeah, I was surprised you didn't move into the second, but you didn't have to. That's the biggest thing that I saw. Baltimore did well again. I'm shocked. Silence. But guys, Tua's brother to Hawks practice squad is interesting as I heard he wants to go to Miami. Yeah, I think that's a good pickup. I think he's somebody that could possibly push someone. I still think the other guy is going to push Gino that you picked up. You guys traded for him, Sam Howell. I think he's a good quarterback. He struggled because there was injuries on the O line, not because he was a bad QB. Falcons next year will pick a trainer in the first. Yeah, Sam Howell. I like that kid. If he looks as good as he did through his first 4 weeks with Washington, Howell was a pinata last year. Yeah, after about I think it was week 9 is when everything started to fall apart for him. Because if you remember, through the first 8 weeks, he was leading the NFL in yards and touchdowns. I have loved him. Oh, you liked him even in college. Yeah, I did too. With that being said, I hope everybody tries every day to be a better person than you were the day before. That's the only way to make the world a better place. It starts right here. Much love to everybody in the chat. I love seeing you guys. I'm going to share this around. Um, Make sure you go over to the public Facebook page, Motor City Kneecap Biters Podcast, because in order for me to go live and have it work, I have to have more people there. Share it with your fans. Let them know I talk about everybody. As far as, and I don't mean crap talking. I'm talking about talking football news because I prefer to do that over the crap talking. I only like crap talking with the NFC North guys because that's fun. I do. Hey, I have figured out what Caleb Williams will be the best at. James, you ready to hear this? He will be the best LBGTQB1 that's ever been in the NFL. That's off to you. Because all I know is when he crap talk me and you get it back. Oh, I know. He goes, "Amen, brother." No, Caleb hate. LOL. It's not hate. I just know when I was up there in the press room and he leaned down to walk off the stage, he goes to that microphone. He goes, "Go Bears," and then walks off the stage. I lost it. I laughed so hard with his pink fingernails and his pink iPhone. Fight on, Caleb. Caleb Backdoor Williams. No, it's funny as somebody. Didn't you see his girlfriend there? She's hot. I was like, yeah, but he's probably getting pegged. But anyways, have a great night, everybody.